Muy buenas tardes, amigos, buenas noches, buenos días, la hora que sea. Bienvenidos a un episodio más de What the Peg. Without further ado, I'm excited to introduce this guest. Help me please welcome Justin Lorencez.
Hello guys. Bravo.
Tenemos a Justin. Pues les vamos a enseñar un poquito de lo que toca, su música, de lo que crea, y también pues nos acompaña también Sofía. Y
Hi, Sophie.
¿cómo te llamas tú?
Rafa.
¿Cómo se llama tu nombre? Rafita.
¿Cómo están, amigos?
Rafa, ¿cómo te sientes? ¿Cómo andas?
Bien.
Escuché que casi te pega el COVID en la mañana, ¿no?
Sí, se me pegaron las cobijas.
El cobijón. El cobijón. No sé, bueno, pero sí, estamos con Justin. Muchas gracias
Hi, guys.
por acompañarnos esta noche. Estamos agradecidos, primero que nada, y pues vamos a esperar a ver qué sacamos de la platiquita aquí. Sí. Y pues sí, Justin nos acompaña con agüita.
Una agüita.
Pero...
Toma agua. Siempre digo eso en mis shows. Toma agua.
¿Agua?
Toma agua.
Yeah, I
Tengo una tía que siempre me dice así nada más de que, oye, mijito, toma agua. De que, bye, mijito, que estés bien y todo, oye, y toma agua.
Sí.
Claro que sí, tía.
Es lo más simple, pero, o sea, es lo
¿Te
más,
ayuda?
lo más grave, o sea, es lo
Ajá.
máximo. No, sí, iba a decir muchas gracias por tenerme aquí. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. And I'm excited to talk about things. I like
Yeah.
talking about. Me encanta hablar de cosas. O sea,
Yeah.
nomás la comunicación is, you know, especially like this.
Yeah.
Like this, you know,
No.
it's awesome.
I'm excited because I feel like we're the whole idea of What the Peg is to is not only just bring people together and relax and have a good conversation, but also kind of get a little bit of, you know, give people a little bit of not knowledge, because we don't consider ourselves experts, but we just want to create conscience about what I guess our generation is doing.
Yeah, of course.
So again, thank you. I'm going to start off with a question.
Go ahead.
You were mentioning, and I'm glad I got it right. So it's Justin Lorencez.
Yes.
And the last name Lorencez
Yes.
I think this is the first time I hear about it.
Yeah.
So Sophie brought up the question. ¿Qué preguntaste
Sí,
ahorita?
que de dónde era.
Sí. Okay. So basically, yeah, le dije a Sophie que I'm pretty sure, like, because I read about it, Lorencez it was like de Lorenze, and it's French, right? And I think it may be one of my great-great-grandpas that fought la batalla de Puebla, and he lost.
Perdió.
Like, it's not, sí, no es como directo, ¿verdad? Pero sí, perdió, y luego de ahí México, you know, esa parte.
convirtió.
Tengo un dato curioso sobre esa batalla, porque tengo una tía que vive en Puebla y generalmente vamos allá a vacacionar.
GPI.
Y en un tour que hicimos, nos contaron sobre la batalla de Puebla y cómo es que México ganó, porque teniendo en cuenta el contexto, México siempre pierde.
Yeah.
Entonces, estaban luchando contra el ejército francés. ¿Y saben por qué ganamos? Porque los mexicanos conocían el terreno y días antes había llovido, entonces ellos estaban acostumbrados a el terreno en el que estaban y los franceses no.
Yeah.
Y que se caían, no se resbalaban o cosas así, y poco a poco iban cayendo hasta que nosotros ganamos.
Sí.
Eso fue lo que me dijeron
Por
en
un
el tour.
No,
resbalón.
es true, yeah. Ellos conocían, estaban como en una
Sí, en
montaña.
en
sí.
una loma.
Y una loma y todos estaban resbalando.
Sí, sí.
Yeah.
Y
Es
así
cool.
ganamos la batalla de Puebla.
Así
Y los
ganamos.
mexicanos mientras se resbalaban.
Yep. Boom, done. Easy.
Entra ahí
Láser,
tu
sí.
tatarabuelo.
Sí.
Se fue.
Pues salud, porque si no estuviéramos aquí, siento yo, ¿no?
Pues sí,
De
¿no? ¿Quién
repente,
sabe?
No creo.
Cualquier cosa hubiera pasado
Sí.
en la historia.
Pero aquí andamos. Ya no importa, ya
Y
pasó.
nos
Ya
vamos.
pasó.
No nos vamos. ¿Qué onda, Rafita? ¿Qué
Aquí
piensas
andamos.
de...? ¿Qué?
No, pues, iba a preguntar que,
Habla acá al micrófono. Tenemos que entrenar, Rafa.
Ya sé, es que tengo que estar así.
Ándale, ándale para allá.
Oye, pues les iba a
Hablándole
preguntar.
a Fer.
No,
Ok.
pues lo que estábamos platicando también de la música.
Sí.
No sé si tengan un topic que quieran abrir ahí. Porque
Claro.
me interesó mucho,
Porque,
yo no
¿qué es lo
sabía-
que hace Justin?
Sí,
¿Es
la
músico?
verdad, yo no he escuchado tu música. So, sí, me interesa bastante, más porque estábamos platicando de qué estilo de música es y pues me intrigó, pero no sé si quieran abrir ahí.
Pero
Sí,
primero que
digo.
nada, ¿cuántos años tienes?
Tengo 23 años.
23
Ah,
años.
ok.
Está pollito.
Cumplí
Qué
el
padre.
octubre, el 15 de
15
octubre.
de octubre.
Sí.
23.
23.
Qué padre.
23 años.
¿Y desde siempre te ha gustado la música? ¿O
Sí.
cómo empezó
Subí-
tu gusto?
Okay, oh my goodness. It's a really good question. No sé si hablar en inglés o en español.
Como
Tú lo
sea,
que tú-
todos
lo que
te
te-
Es que en
lo que
entendemos.
inglés,
salga.
¿cómo dice? Las palabras me salen un poquito mejor.
Pues
No-
habla en
Tú,
inglés.
lo que tú
sí.
quieras.
So I
También
apologize.
sign
I'm sorry.
language en inglés.
So basically, as a kid, you don't know when something's gonna stick to you forever or not. As a kid, music was always around me, like always in the house. I would like sing some of the. I don't know if you guys remember this song. Se llamaba La Guitarra de Lolo.
Ajá, me encantaba.
Oh my goodness,
Sí.
I love that song.
Ajá.
That's the song that made me kind of feel what music feels like, you know, as a kid. But you don't even know that thought as a kid, right? You just kind of let it in, whatever. But all you know is that it makes you feel happy. It makes you feel good, right? So, like, we want to run with these things through our lives. We want to feel good about ourselves, but, you know, also find that happiness wherever we go, right? So, desde chiquito, como que siempre tocaba música, rock. Mi hermano siempre le gustaba rock también, o rap. A mi papá también le gustaba dance. O sea, todos estos géneros en mi casa. Mi mamá las baladas y todo eso, ¿verdad? Y así empecé. Me empezó a
Entonces,
gustar la música
desde
bastante.
chiquito, ¿como cuántos años tendrías cuando escuchaste la de la guitarra de Lolo?
No sé, creo que a lo mejor 4.
Sí,
Ah, ok.
porque yo te...
Yo estaba en
Tú tienes
prepa.
23, yo
Sí.
tengo
¿Cómo que era?
26. ¿Qué? ¿Estabas en prepa?
Ay, ya ves, le mueve tantito antes que el viejito.
Sí.
Entonces
Está cabrón.
empezaste con lo de que te acuerdas mucho que te llamó la atención lo que es la guitarra de Lolo
Sí.
y dijiste, bueno, me gusta cómo hace la música sentir a la gente y veías que tú también tenías de ejemplo a tu papá y a tu mamá que le gustaba mucho la música.
Sí, mis hermanos también.
Y tus hermanos.
Yeah.
¿Y tu familia, algunos tocan instrumentos? O...
I was just talking about this with my friends last night. So, básicamente, mi papá era un DJ.
Ok.
Y conoció a mi mamá cuando era un DJ.
Ok.
Entonces,
En el baile.
sí, ahí andaban, ¿verdad? Y la música te une.
Te une.
Te une con alguien, con algo, lo que sea. Pero ahí me dijo, no me dice mi papá no me dice nada. O sea, es mi mamá la que me dice, yeah, your dad was a DJ, you know? Y no, habla en español, no
Sí.
habla en inglés. Y creo que tenía todo este equipo. O sea, te lo dio a mis tíos. Y yo como que no, like maybe you could have thought maybe one of your kids would like music, you know, like, pero pues obviamente pues no
Chingo mi
piensas.
madre.
Sí, ¿verdad? Y empecé de scratch, ¿verdad? Siempre preguntándoles a mis amigos, are you gonna use that? Because if you're not gonna use it, I want to use it, you know?
Yeah.
So I never really bought anything. Like nunca compré nada así like from first. It's mine, you know. It was siempre era prestado or lent, you know. Pero when you like music, you make it. Esa es una manera de hacer la música,
Sí.
¿entiendes? Entonces ahí empezó todo.
Entonces te diste cuenta que tu papá ya traía lo del ritmo, así conquistó a tu mamá y tu mamá pues me imagino que le gustaba la música
Sí.
y empezaste a ver de que te pedías prestado, o sea, ¿qué instrumentos sabes tocar? La guitarra, me imagino.
Sí, la guitarra, canto un poquito, el bajo, un poquito de piano y los tambores.
Ok.
Ok.
Sí, todo lo
Lo
básico
que es
para hacer una banda,
percusiones.
literalmente. O sea,
Ok.
todo lo que necesitas para...
¿Tambores o batería?
Batería.
Batería.
Sí,
La
sí, sí, la
batería,
batería.
ok. Porque tambores es como así. Ajá.
Sí, sí, los tambores son más
sí,
tradicionales,
ajá,
sí.
ajá. Ok.
A ver, ¿cómo?
Sí, sí.
No, está bien. Entonces, empezaste, ¿cuándo fue la primera vez? ¿Tuviste clases? Porque mira, por experiencia, yo empecé a mí me gusta mucho la música también. Yo lo que sé tocar fue porque empecé a meterme en ese ramo, fue que empecé a estar en la banda de Chama Middle School. In Chama Middle School, that's when I started playing percussion.
Yeah.
So I learned how to play from, I don't know, my thing was playing the snare drum, but I knew how to play the marimba, la marimba. Me ponían the bells, to the quads, whatever, the bass drum, whatever they wanted me to like play, and I learned how to read music. But that was a fundamental thing for me that like kind of led me to learn a little bit more about music, like I guess the technical side, because there's two different things, right? There's people that are born with an ear.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, like perfect pitch. You mean?
Yeah, well, I don't know, de que no, pues es que
nomás
yo
que
no sé
tiene ese
leer
sentido.
música. Yo no sé leer música, pero
Te
la
saco la
escucho,
canción.
la escucho y la puedo tocar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's como es algo de memoria en tu cerebro que tú tienes that you gained, you know, like because you play music, you know, and you know all these rhythms y todo este ritmo y lo sabes como físicamente, you know, manifestarlo, you know, cuando lo
Okay.
escuchas. So sí, es algo que mucha gente no tiene, pero mucha gente sí, o sea, ¿verdad?
Sí, porque me estaba contando que Beethoven era sordo.
De un, ¿verdad? De un oído.
Sí, no, pero
Oh, no.
no del...
De plano sordo.
de
plano. Oh.
Nació sordo.
sí.
Really? I didn't know, güey.
Bueno,
Sí,
no,
creo
según
que
Rafa. A
Sí,
ver,
sí.
No,
Según yo.
sí.
fact check
O sea,
it.
sí, yeah.
Su mecha. I didn't know that. Fact check it. I'm kidding.
So
I don't
how
care.
does that,
He's dead, bro. I don't care.
how does that work?
Well, that
O
I
ni
know-
nosotros ni
How
él
does that
sabe.
work? Oh, shit.
Porque creo que
Ah, lo sentía.
sí, como que lo sentía. Digo yo, lo que me imagino. Pero él no era famoso durante el tiempo que él estuvo vivo, él no era famoso hasta que se murió.
Yeah.
Y todos fue así de que, no mames, este es sordo. Hacía música. Está
Yeah.
con-
Y era compositor.
That's crazy.
And do you write your own music?
Yeah. I
So-
write. Yeah.
So writing music like lyrics and then coming up with the rhythm or the notes.
Yes. There's a lot of it that goes in. People think I don't do my music. No, like not in reference to the question, but like in general, people be like, you did this, and I was like, yeah, like, you know, because you gotta, at some point you just keep doing it, you know, and you'll get something out of it, you know. Pero sí, siempre como casi con la guitarra empiezo un poquito y canto algo.
Lo que se te venga a la mente, lo
Sí,
que el ritmo que
sí.
quieras.
Básicamente hago historias en mi mente en fragmentos de mi pasado o lo que estoy sintiendo ese día o lo que
En
sea,
ese
¿verdad?
momento.
En ese momento. Pero así es como hago mi música en fragmentos de mi pasado, ¿verdad?
Okay.
No es una historia, unas veces no es una historia completa y relativa, es momentos y
Yeah.
es lo que quiero a los que si escuchan mi música es lo que quiero que agarren. La única parte que quiero que comprendan es que son momentos en tiempo pasado y
Ya entendí.
Sí.
O sea, no es nada más se trata de una historia, es todo de que varios momentos
Sí.
de tu pasado.
Sí, así es como vivimos la vida y eso es lo que quiero poner en la música. Eso sí es lo que me importa.
Yeah.
Porque todo lo demás, like, whatever, you know, you do music, people like you, like, okay, fine, whatever, you know, it comes with it. But,
Yeah.
but
But you want to tell a story
Yeah.
through your music, and there's a meaning behind it,
Yeah.
and you're trying to. Is it just like your train of thought, like this is what I'm thinking right now, like I'm in this mood while I'm in this like trance of my past,
yeah,
and I'm remembering, like, you know, when I was eating a Happy Meal, and then I went into me, you know, laughing with my brother, and then
Yeah.
is it like that, or
it was,
am I going on a trip right now?
no, it is relatively correct, like, it's, you know, because I use the same formula for my songs, todo lo que, like, everything you go through, right, it means something if you want it to mean something, you know. I want to talk, like, I want to look at you, but you know, you know, because I want to be engaged with
No,
everyone.
you're good, you're good.
I'm gonna just sit close to you. So pienso como que algo que pasó en mi pasado y me dolió, agarro una parte de eso, no toda la historia, nomás una parte, y luego pienso en otra otra pieza del pasado y la pongo enseguida de esa pieza. Y con eso puedes hacer historias mamalonas.
Sí, muy
Yeah.
cabrón.
O sea, no manches.
Ujú.
Es una fórmula de pensar en tu música, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Porque una vez es las historias así que pones, you can tell what's going to happen because of the build up, right?
Ajá.
Like, oh my God, okay, well, since he's going through this is going to happen, right? Pero cuando pones las historias así,
The
es un
plot
momento
twist.
y puedes vivirlo lo que él o ella o them they lived, you know? And just those short moments of lyrics in time. But
Yeah, it's exciting.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever, gotten or heard of anybody writing that type of way or that formula. So you've come up with a formula
Yeah.
that works for you,
Yeah.
and that's what makes your music.
That's exactly what makes my music. That is entirely what makes my music. All these moments that you can share with people, but only the moments that feel really true to you, you know? Like what you can tell other people and they can be like, "Oh, I felt that too," you know? But that's not the goal. They just end up feeling that way, you know? Like they just ended up having the same feeling as you did. And that's amazing.
And you're making people kind of is it more of a, how do you call it when you have like that moment with, like, you remember nostalgia?
Oh.
Is it nostalgic kind of thing? Like you want them to go back to that kind of feeling, or what is the goal of that moment?
Yeah, so I'm giving like all my interpersonal thoughts here, but but it's okay because I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's really cool that I'm talking because I want to talk with y'all. But sí, es como like what I'm trying to say through it is like it doesn't matter. Like you just do whatever you want to do. You're gonna feel all these things and it's okay. People don't realize how much like they fight the feelings of like sadness and anger and all these things. We keep them inside. We don't even know they're inside, bro. Like no manches. That's what music has done for me. It kind of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say that's beautiful, dude. Because people forget to acknowledge the moment of what they're feeling.
Yeah.
So they learn how to like kind of put a wall or shut or put it away.
Cope.
Yeah.
Because
Cope
they
with it.
yeah, or because they have to act a certain way.
Yeah.
Because it's funny that because with my daughter growing up, I wanted her to, when she's upset or she's angry, it's like I tell her like it's okay to be angry, like it's okay to be upset, but you don't need to go and hit people. You know what I mean? Like it's
Exactly.
like you relax and you can cry, you can be upset, let it out, and but also like don't go and
Hurt someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't want her to feel like, hey, no, you can't be angry.
Yeah.
It's like, no, yeah, it's a feeling, dude. Like you have it, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see that
Yeah.
the importance of that. So.
Yeah, for sure. I think the grand scheme of this, like of what I'm trying to do, like at some point, you either take it like really serious or you become like this thing that like you become what people want you to be.
Okay.
It's either that or you become problematic because you have your opinions. And the best way to do that is to just shut up and don't talk about it, right? But with music, you can just put out your story, right?
Okay.
Creo que con las historias en la música que pongo, since it's a lot about the past, it's like a revisit and learn from that,
Okay.
That's what I like about my music when I listen to it. It's like, okay, you were here, you're not there anymore. Learn from it, shut up, and keep on going,
So it's like healing.
It is very much like healing. It's like your writing. It's like your therapy,
Yeah.
But imagine putting all these sounds in it and having to tell like parts of a story.
And
like,
you can,
dude.
and you can, entertain people.
And
That's
you
pretty
can,
cool.
dude, come on, like no manches. And you
¿Qué
can
más
play,
quieres?
and you can play shows for them, and you can have all these people in front of you that feel good when they go to your shows. Like, dude, yes, like I'm not gonna name drop because that's not like respectful to them, but I'm gonna say there's been people who it trips me out. Like, it trips me the fuck out. So I'm sorry, I curse.
Thank
But
Está bien.
hay gente que como me mensajea y dice like muchas gracias por tu música and it's helped me heal a lot. And I'm like, what the like how? You know?
That's nice.
But that's nice,
Yeah.
but that's like the whole thing of taking it so serious, bro. Like,
Okay.
you know, you wanted that. You wanted people to feel better about who they are and let go of who they were, you know?
Okay.
Because that's crucial as human beings, you know? We gotta let go and we gotta move on. Like, that's it. There's nothing else.
Do you feel like I feel like I'm asking a bunch of questions, but I'll let Rafa, because I feel like Rafa has all these good questions. But there's this thought of do you feel, because there's one thing that I'm like, shit, I had this que en paz descanse, I had this mentor that was like all about business, and he basically told me one time that damn, I forgot, I lost my train of thought, but we fuck.
Rafa.
Hey, wait,
Take a swig, take a swig.
dude. It's because I'm listening to all these sounds and I'm like, the audio must be shitty right now, but
Nah, it's all
No,
these
no
things.
creo.
The
but-
ADHD brain.
So this guy, he was, where was I going with it? Because he
Tu mentor.
yeah, but you were talking about something right now that triggered it. Fuck. What was it? We'll cut it short either way right now, but
What was it? I forgot.
dude, it was a good. I was going somewhere with it. Fuck.
You were.
Okay. So being in Laredo, I was gonna talk about the culture
Uh-huh.
and how it's hard to, get people to support you.
Yeah.
And people. Okay, now I know. So this guy mentor, he's like, look, a lot of people that are talented, like yourself and a lot of us here, they always feel like they gotta, leave Laredo. They
Yeah.
gotta to actually become somebody,
Yeah.
or get, known, and express their talents and in the bigger industries or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
But do you feel like, you're at and what he told me, he's like, I want to support you. Like he saw something in me that says like, dude, I want to help you. Like, I know you have the talent. I know you have the, the grind for it. And here's how you do it. Like, this is what I learned when I was young. And this is going to give me a head start on things.
Yeah.
And he helped me a lot. And what he taught me was like, dude, and everybody's leaving, like all the good talent is leaving Laredo.
Yeah.
From business to entertainment to whatever you want to call it. But all these awesome, smart, talented people are leaving Laredo because they don't see the opportunity here.
Yeah.
So he was like, my goal is to have more talent here in Laredo and stay here and develop and change the culture here. Do you feel like Laredo's a place where it's hard to, it's like, become or show your talent, or do you feel like the culture is slowly changing and helping you kind of, like, do you feel the support, or do you feel like you need to leave, kind of thing?
Wow, those are thoughts that I have every second of the day.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, todos tenemos we all have those things to think about. I think I started out with not really like caring about how many people would be at like my shows at first,
Yeah.
or when I would play like with another band, because I used to play with another band like a long time ago, and like I didn't care who was gonna be there. I just wanted to play music, right? But people still go, which is cool. You see one person or two people, and you're like, oh, this is great,
Mm-hmm.
But some people don't need like a lot of things to be satisfied. Is the thing is like, people think that, oh, because you do this, you're supposed to leave and and go out and go to LA or Cali or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that idea too. Do I commend it? I do not. I don't think it's like necessary for your soul, for if you want to be happy,
Yeah.
because you might not know anyone over there. You can build your own career, you can stay above everyone else, but you're gonna be alone. Like,
Yeah.
for what? So So yeah, it's like a yes and no. It's very contradicting to myself to how, you know, I do things, but I like that if you try hard enough here,
Yeah.
people eventually will care. You know, people be like, "Hey, I like this song. When is this next show?"
I feel like, and thank you for sharing that, because I feel like I can kind of relate there, because I feel that Laredo's a good place to, you can make a difference easier, or not easier, because it's, I don't want to undermine, you know, our efforts,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's faster or easier than, you know, a place like LA. Like
Yeah.
if I go try to, like, you know, be the greatest at, you know, whatever I may
Yeah.
want to do in a bigger city, you know, it's a little bit harder, because there's obviously way more talent and
Yeah.
harder things to deal with.
You'll go crazy, no
Right.
doubt, no doubt about it. You'll go fucking
Y
insane.
entras en una rueda de nunca acabar, de que quiero ser el mejor, quiero ser el
Sí.
mejor. Y siempre va a haber alguien arriba y abajo. que
Sí,
ti.
o sea, no importa, nomás haz lo que tú quieres hacer.
Sí.
You know, I like it. But do you feel like Laredo's getting there, where you're like, hey, people are supporting people?
Yeah, in a cultural way, yeah, it is. It's getting there. Definitely getting there, because, you know, time passes and time changes things, you know. But it's also the people. You know, you gotta have this mindset of like, hey, we need a higher purpose sometimes, like within ourselves. You know, we gotta be nicer to people. We gotta practice mindfulness, and it's so hard growing up, you know, because it's so. I was talking to my friends about this last night. It's so easy being mean. It's the easiest thing to do is being mean, right? But imagine being nice to someone who's having a hard day, a bad day. Like, bro, you changed their lives.
Yeah.
Just that is what basically, like, I see in Laredo now, is that a lot of people are being more mindful about what they say and how they act, right? But that goes for like every other state and town, right?
Yeah.
But for Laredo, was we are born here, you know. We want things to change. We want people to be heard, you know, and what they do.
Dude, I feel like, you know, what I learned, there's a lot of things I've learned about Laredo, but because I mean, I left for a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I for college, and then came back, like in, like 2019, but a few years ago, and then we started kicking off things. But what got me thinking is that, you know, a lot of people here, like you said, you have to be a little bit more mindful, and you know, it helps, you know, create that culture where you feel that support.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt, you know, that you're, I don't know, that you're, I know I'm probably stating the same question, but do you feel like there's people that around you that are as talented as you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Here
yeah,
in Laredo?
man. Dude, I made so many friends. La música es como un magneto.
Okay.
Te invita a todas las personas en tu vida que tú necesitas para cumplir esa meta, ¿verdad? Like, I'm not gonna be hanging out with people who don't like music.
Pues
Okay.
sí, ¿no?
Obvio.
No, pues no.
You know, like, it's like, I'm
De
not
que
gonna-
siempre te vas a criticando de que,
Obvio.
güey, ¿para qué?
Sí, exactamente. But sí, tengo amigos que son artistas en su like in their own retrospective ways. They're artists, you know. They do art shows, art galleries. They also do music. They produce también. You know, like, that's what you gain from.
So you're trying to surround yourself with the
Yes.
right people.
Yes.
And I think that's hard for people here is to stop dealing with people that you don't want to deal with,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I think there's a point in somebody's life where hopefully you get there sooner than later, is that you realize, dude, I don't need to be dealing with these kinds of people.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, why am I putting myself through these situations or
Yeah.
these relationships or whatever it may be, if I don't need to, you know? So people forget, and it's hard for us because in our culture is to say no and, like, be like, you know what, I don't need it. you
Yeah.
know? It's tough.
To say no when you know more about the answer than they do, you know, when
Yeah.
it's like, you know what, I can trust myself to do this, and I don't kind of need them for it, you know.
Yeah,
But Yeah, it does come with being confident in what you do and who you want to be, you know. Si no tienes esa confianza, pues it goes nowhere. You go back to the same people, right? And you go back to the same ways, and it's important to go forward, you know, a little bit.
Yeah. What are your goals right now? Like, right now I know we're just starting the new year.
Yeah. So many goals.
Did you set up some goals that are like key? Like, I know we all have some goals, but like let's say like the top 2 goals that you feel like
Yeah.
this 2023 is gonna be a year that's gonna change.
Yeah.
something.
I'm more concerned about not saying like my goals, just because it's like this new way that it's not a new way for anyone really, but it's a way that I've kind of like latched onto, you know, no diciendo todas las cosas que quieres hacer porque alguien más te da el mal ojo or
Sí,
whatever.
la mala leche,
Sí.
sí.
And
Sadly, I mean, and I with a lot of people that, especially the team, like the marketing team.
yeah.
I mean, that's true. Like, sometimes I'll be like, dude, I don't know if we want to say that or not yet or whatever, because
Se salen las cosas.
Yeah, it's como you feel like you already reached them, but you haven't done anything. You know,
Okay.
there's like a percentage of satisfaction when you say these things, and it's like the satisfaction is not real.
but
You know?
then it's tough because people are like, no, the more you say it,
Yeah.
then they'll become true. So it's like, what do I do? It's like my mom would always say, she would be like, mijito, calladito te ves más bonito, no digas nada
Yeah.
hasta que se hagan las cosas.
Yeah.
Y ya, nadie te las puede quitar, nadie te puede
Sí.
mover. Es de que, dude, I mean, you reached that goal and then don't even say anything. Like, if you did reach something and you have it, like, you don't have to go like, you know, flaunt it everywhere.
Yeah, share it with your close friends,
yeah.
your family,
Yeah.
and then from there it goes on to something else that was in your doing. That was life doing itself, you know.
Sí.
So what do you think when people say like, no, you need to like, ¿cómo se dice? Decirlo para que se
Like para que se manifieste y todo.
Yeah, exactly.
Manifestar.
I
Pues
think.
manifiesta en tu cuarto.
Pues, es lo que-
Encerrado.
yes. Sí, es la vibra, ¿verdad? Pero I think maybe people have, because I'm just one person, right? Maybe another person has a different formula to it.
Okay.
You know, and I love using the word formula because it's true. There's little forms of how to do, knowing how to do things your own way, right? For me, it's worked better when I don't say anything.
Yeah.
There's a higher percentage of things happening for me when I don't say anything. Maybe I'll like hint here and there, but I'm gonna be using that energy to kind of
Dude,
put it into
cheers
fruition.
to that, because you're young and I feel like you've figured out a little formula that's gonna work, because I've done it. I've applied it myself.
Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes because you're so excited.
Yeah.
But I learned it the hard way, where I'm all excited and I tell people, and they're just, you go on and on about
Yeah.
these goals,
Yeah.
and they can't relate sometimes. So, dude, you have to get used to people like know that they don't give a fuck or they don't care. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Dilo
like,
como
dude,
es, dilo.
it's like, dude, I'm all excited about this new goal, blah, 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 and how it's gonna change things and whatnot. And they're like, and then you realize, like, in their face, like,
Sí.
they don't give a shit.
Sí.
You know? So
Exactly.
nobody cares, really.
Sí.
So until you make it happen,
Until you make it happen is
So-
when you might get people to care a little bit, whether you wanted that or not, you know.
but then again, it shouldn't matter if the end goal is yourself.
Is yourself,
You know,
yeah.
not have to worry about people, giving you
Yeah.
the thumbs up and
course.
cheers. So, I mean, it does feel nice. That's
Yeah.
what I guess, our culture tells us. But, it's hard to get out of that. But, dude, we're having some good conversations. ¿Qué onda?
No, nada, sí, no, yo estoy...
Te noto muy seco, güey.
Sírvele la otra.
Se me hace que es eso. ¿Sabes qué? Vamos a hacer un refill. I want everybody at home to get a little refill, whatever it may be. Just get another cup of coffee with another, I don't know.
Irish coffee.
Irish coffee, con un piquetito. Se sirvan otra cervecita, un tequilita, lo que quieran. Una agüita. Si quieren hacer un refill en la casa, ahorita regresamos, porque Rafita se nos va.
Sí.
A ver, ¿estás bien?
Sí, estoy bien.
No, tráiganle, por favor, tráiganle algo ya.
Rafa,
Pero sí, saludos. Ahorita regresamos aquí en What the Peg. Tenemos a Justin
Saludos.
Lorencez.
I'm Justin.
Entonces, ahorita regresamos con Rafita y Sofi también. Cheers. Ya regresamos, ahora sí. Everybody, we're back. We got Rafita a little hydrated.
Thank you.
¿Estás bien? ¿Te
Sí,
sientes
estoy
mejor?
muy bien.
Ok, ya. Ya estamos recuperados. Pero esperemos que en casita también se hayan servido otra copita, otro tequilita. ¿Qué más?
Cafecito.
Cafecito, una manteada, lo que sea.
Irish coffee.
Irish coffee.
There you go.
Very recommend.
Y pues sí, y los que, recuerden que estamos aquí en What the Peg y estamos con nuestro invitado Justin Lorencez,
Hello.
que es un artista que le gusta la música y tiene mucho talento y he's up and coming and he's sharing a lot of good things. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So we're back, all right?
We're back, baby.
We had Rafita, cheers.
Cheers, guys.
A ver, pero tómale, güey.
De
A ver,
fondo.
saludcita.
Para arriba, para abajo, para centro, para adentro.
¿Cómo se llama el SMR o lo que sea?
ASMR.
We make
Nunca sé cómo
sounds.
se dice, pero sí.
Pero sí.
Pero sí.
Pero sí.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
Pero bueno,
Ay, sí.
estábamos ahorita fuera del aire.
Ujú, del aire.
Estábamos ahorita platicando sobre la importancia de la sustentabilidad y nunca habíamos tocado el tema, pero me interesó mucho. Ahorita estábamos viendo, pues, si ven, Justin trae puesto un suéter muy llamativo, muy bonito, y estábamos, bueno, platicando de cómo lo conseguiste, how did you come about that?
Sí, I was just sitting here. Estaba en Austin, ¿verdad?
Okay.
Y I was with my friends. We were like on a little vacation, right? And I went to this thrift store. And I was like, algo de $12, algo de 10, o de 3, de 5. Y luego entré y la vi hasta el fondo. Y dije, no, hombre, pues me la tengo que llevar. Right?
Fue amor a primera vista que dices.
Sí, love at first sight, like I said. And so I was like, bueno. Y luego chequé el precio y que $46 o algo así, no me acuerdo. Era un poquito.
Espérame.
Y dije, óigame,
chinga.
De que...
Pues, ¿qué pregunté?
le dije, óigame, señora, no.
Pues, ¿qué marca es?
¿De quién era? ¿Verdad? Like, what the heck? Like, that's awesome. Pero it was supposed to be like this 80s thing, right? So I was like, oh, hell yeah, 80s, you know? Y luego la compré y like, I still use it, you know? It's one of my favorite things ever.
nice.
Yeah.
Sí,
Está padre.
y estábamos hablando de que, oye, porque hay gente que pues, ayuda a la sustentabilidad, pero antes de que toquemos el tema, mucha gente no lo hace porque piensa que a lo mejor como que se le pega un
Una mala
espíritu
vibra, sí.
o algo.
La mala vibra o algo.
Está sucio
Sí.
o algo.
¿Tú qué
Yeah.
crees, Rafa? ¿Sí se le pegan las cosas, o sea, de
¿A
las
las
malas
cosas?
vibras?
¿Qué es tu opinión?
Bueno, con las cosas materiales, no creo.
¿No?
La verdad creo que es lo que uno le pone a las cosas materiales.
O sea,
sí,
¿cómo?
sí, o sea, pues por ejemplo, pues lo viste y la verdad te agradó, ¿sí o no?
Sí.
Eso es lo que siento yo que tiene
El valor.
El valor, sí.
Sí.
O sea, no de que una historia loca. Bueno, si lo que buscas es de que, no, compré algo, conseguí algo de que,
Sí.
no sé.
Que tiene un espíritu o algo.
Sí, como que una piedra de la tumba de King Tut. Pues sí,
Sí.
¿verdad? O sea,
Y luego
ahí
hace
sí
una
te-
película de ese tema y no más.
Sí.
O se va.
Y te vas.
Y
en
te
el
vas.
rollo.
Sí.
Y te empiezan a tocar a jalar los
Las
pies,
patas.
En la noche, sí.
Sí.
las patas.
Pero sí, yo de chiquita, pues obviamente toda la vida había escuchado, por ejemplo, de las personas que iban a comprar ropa a la pulga
Ok.
en Nuevo Laredo y así. Y yo decía, ay, no.
¿Qué es eso? Nah,
Ay, ya.
Dale, dale.
Hazte el
La
que no
pulga,
sabes.
sí.
Le Pougs.
Le pregunto.
¿La pulga?
Nomás que como-
En francés.
La pulga.
Le pul. Nah,
Bueno, entonces yo decía, ay, no, yo no podría. Y obviamente comprabas en tiendas normales.
Sí.
Obviamente con el tiempo creces, te informas, lees
Ya.
y te das cuenta del gran impacto ambiental que tiene la industria de la moda, pues en el planeta, ¿verdad? Y ahorita está muy de moda, de buenas. Todo lo que es comprar ropa de segunda mano. Austin es un súper buen lugar para ir
Sí.
porque como hay más gente
Pero
de...
gente que tiene buen fashion, ¿no?
Sí, o sea, de todo.
Porque
Hay
aquí
más
en
de
Laredo
todo.
vas y te vas a contar la camisa de tu tía.
Sí, ajá, exacto.
De la escuela
Pero
local.
hasta eso, o sea, yo conozco gente de Nuevo Laredo que viene aquí, a Laredo, Texas, a comprarse ropa de segunda mano y hacen maravillas con sus outfits.
Pero segunda mano no es Ross, ¿verdad?
No, segunda mano es
Todos
¿cómo?
los
Thrift
stores.
stores.
Sí.
Thrift stores.
Y
Texas
Thrift.
Thrift,
Goodwill,
Goodwill,
ajá.
todos.
Ah, ok, ya.
Lo que yo sé que tenemos aquí. Que sí tenemos
Sí.
otras tiendas.
Oye, me acaba de recordar porque a mi mamá le encanta eso. Y bueno, les estaba contando.
Mm.
Y me dice que fue a comprar una mochila en Goodwill y resulta que traía un Rolex adentro.
Ay, no sé.
Te lo juro.
¿En serio?
Traía un Rolex. Digo, oye, ¿cuánto valdrá este, güey? Mi
Véngase pa' acá.
Mi hermana
Yeah.
Bárbara, no, pues yo lo checo, dámelo.
Ay, ya.
Ahí lo trae.
Sí.
Desapareció.
En casi todos mis shows que tengo en Cultura Beer Garden. No sé si han ido ahí, Cultura Beer Garden.
Sí,
es en el
claro.
centro.
Sí, en el
Saludos.
centro.
Ujú.
Hi, Cultura Beer Garden. Ellos dejan que los vendedores de los thrifts, o sea, hay muchas personas aquí que tienen su negocio chiquito
Sí,
y todo, ¿verdad?
ujú.
They let people who are vendors at the shows para que vendan
ok.
su producto y también, and it's like thrift, you know. So at my shows you can also buy like
Okay.
thrifted things and stuff like that, like lambs y todo eso. It's pretty cool when people do that. But Cultura Beer Garden is one of the people who
Support
you know,
it.
support it a lot for sure.
Nice. So, y sí, la cultura está cambiando
Sí.
aquí en Laredo, qué padre.
Yeah.
Salud por eso. Entonces, pero qué, porque estábamos hablando también que tiene, o sea, un impacto, ¿verdad?
Ambiental.
¿Mande?
Ambiental.
Ambiental.
Yeah.
Pero ¿por qué o cómo?
Creo que like all the fabrics that they use to start again from new things, you know, like everything. It comes down to what you use, how much, how many animals you might have to also kill and stuff like that. And like that's just I'm not in this higher place of anyone else. I'm not
Sí.
gonna think about like, oh, like I wouldn't kill an animal, right? Because what if I'm stuck in the wilderness and have to kill someone or
Yeah.
something, you know? And but I've read that it's more about that, you know, just environment and all these things people get from the environment, bro. And it's like, what the heck? But you
Yeah.
don't. It's just a piece of clothing for you.
Dude,
you know?
I would have never thought that thrifting could impact the, the environment.
Yeah.
But it's just like recycling. Like you're
Sí.
reusing it.
You're
Like
reusing
it
it.
makes so much sense.
Y de hecho, a las tiendas que yo he ido de segunda mano en Austin, la ropa está enterita y es de, no sé, Zara, Forever, de las tiendas que normalmente la gente va.
¿En
Puedes
en
irlas
dónde?
en Austin.
Ah, ok.
Ujú.
Pásame
Entonces,
el dato, porque-
sí, es de mis tiendas favoritas. Cada que voy es de que, uy, por favor, vamos
Sí.
a la tienda. Y ropa súper buena calidad y bonita. O sea, no es como que, ay, del año del caldo la falda. No, o sea, es
Sí.
ropa reciente.
Nomás imagínate todos los vestuarios que tiene una persona, ¿ok? Imagínate que esos vestuarios, let's say 20 of them, 20 outfits that they wear, right? They don't want those 20 outfits anymore. Or half of that, they leave it to someone else, right? And then it just keeps on going like that. You don't need to buy anything new, you know? It's like, there's no need, you know? Some people like that and some people don't, you know?
Yeah.
That's where you kind of have to be like, okay, you know?
Porque
This is
luego
what I
viene,
like.
porque viene mi tía y me dice que tiene mal
Ojo.
del ojo.
Yeah.
No, pero sí, no, hablando en serio, sí hace mucho sentido. Y es otro punto que vamos yo creo que a promocionar, siento yo.
Deberíamos
que
de ir. Un
estuviera padre.
experimento.
Thrifting. Un episodio así.
Sí, ajá.
Con la cámara,
Sí.
vamos, y de repente podríamos empezar a hacer, en vez de comprar ropa nueva para como lo de
threads.
que estás usando, we have this PG threads that my sister's helping us like create like designs and stuff like that for promoting clothes. Maybe we can use thrifting.
Of course.
That'd
Y
be
sí
sick.
encuentras cosas muy buenas,
Oh,
la
yeah.
Y
verdad.
ya nomás le agregas un
logo ahí.
Yeah.
Sí.
Yeah.
padre.
You can do that.
Mañana vamos.
Ahorita-
¿Qué horas son?
Ahorita. Sí, sí llegamos.
Ya vieron en casita thrifting. And you can thrift, I don't know, with your own family or no?
Ah, sí, yo tengo ropa de mi tía.
Yeah,
Tú
that's
vas
where
a la
it
casa de
starts.
tu tía.
Dude, that's what I'm
No,
telling you. That's
mi
where it starts.
mi tía es una señora inventada, entonces le gusta comprar ropa. Y me la da a mí lo que no quiere.
Yeah, so she has an act in thrifting from de tu mamá, ¿verdad?
De mi tía.
De mi tía, de tu tía, sorry.
¿Sabes qué me perdiste en tía inventada?
Es una tía, pues,
Que
una
no
tía,
existe.
una típica tía.
Como un imaginary
no.
You have an imaginary friend.
No, te tengo que enseñar.
Ok.
Es una tía
Te estás
inventada.
asustando, Sofi.
Ay, no.
Hija la madre, una tía inventada.
Ahora, esa
Le
tía.
Pues es la
le
típica
acaba de
tía.
enseñar cómo
Güey,
se...
no.
Güey,
¿Tú
esa
sí me
tía sí.
entiendes?
Sí, la que,
¿Sí?
o sea, la que está bien así, bien.
Ajá,
Perdón.
es la
Arregla-
tía de que...
arregladita.
Ah, ok.
Sí, es la típica tía. Esa es
Pero
Perdón.
mi
la-
pregunta era, ¿tu tía está aquí ahorita?
Sí, está en mi depo.
Ah, ok.
Nada, no, aquí le...
No, y yo me quedo con su ropa.
Nada,
y
no, de
mi
repente,
mamá-
mande tía. Dice mi tía.
Y mi mamá se queda con sus bolsas. Bolsas de...
Pero sí existe, esa es una
Sí,
persona. Ok, ok,
esta
sí.
es mi tía.
Iba a decir, ¿qué iba a decir?
Una tía inventada.
Y,
Nada.
y como lo que es thrift y el tema y el discurso que o sea, lo que ha atravesado ahora en lo moderno empezó de un lugar y empezó de la casa, o sea, algo que a tu hermano no le gustó y te lo pones tú. Ah, bueno, pues yo me lo quedo, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Pero then it became like popularized,
Yeah.
you know? So now everyone does, and now you make money off of it, which is pros and cons. You know,
Yeah.
you look like, you know, you're selling things that, you know, and you're making profit out of it. But that's because you want business. You like the business. You know, there's no wrong in that.
Yeah, it's just trade.
It's just trade. It is. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you're happy. People are doing this, and they're like, dude, this is amazing because it's culture. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's this cultural impact on Laredo as well. You know, that we can see.
Dude,
But
I
I
love
think,
it.
yeah,
That's an
thrifting
idea.
is a huge part of, you know, this new kind of like renaissance. You know, of
Dude, I learned something new today. And that's that thrifting can be sustainable. It's legit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I'm going to pitch it to my sister, see what she thinks. Because I'm telling you, my mom is like a fan of going to the nice Goodwills.
yeah.
Sí.
I mean, not that Laredo has... Nah.
Creo que nomás uno, ¿verdad? Nomás tiene un Google.
Sí,
o-
nada más uno y el
¿sabes?
Texas
Me,
Trip.
Texas
me-
Trip.
me sentí ofendido, nomás uno. Pero, sí, nada más.
But
tiene-
Algún día
Yeah.
tendremos más.
But we are, you know, we have to focus on also like the small marketers,
Sí.
you know, and the people who are in that market.
Oh, yeah.
The small vendors, you know, shout out to all of those because I get stuff from there too, you know, like it's like help me help you, you know.
Yeah.
They're at the shows and I'm like, hey, I want to buy this, you know, and then later on maybe I'll perform with it or something.
Dude,
you know?
that's an awesome thing because you get to save some money. Because
Yeah.
I'm assuming that these outfits are less expensive than
Sí.
newer,
Yeah, unless you
I
buy
mean-
like a lot of things, you
Sí.
know. From, yeah,
True.
But yes, you're right.
unless it's like a collectible or some shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
then that's a whole different
Yeah.
story. But yeah, no, I want to before we go, and I know we've shared a lot of stories and a lot of good things, and thank you again for coming. But I wanted to, I wanted to share something, and I wanted to get an exercise going. I wanted to ask everybody, because I feel like it's slowly becoming a trend in Laredo also. But how do you guys? The question was that I was asked this, and shout out to people that brought it up. I won't name drop, but they helped me, and I I like learning. But one thing they asked was, okay, how do you become the greatest at what you do? That was the question that they asked me. It's like, how do you become the greatest at what you do? And some of us apply it and are working towards it, of becoming the greatest. So, like, think of, I don't know, think of two ways of what you do to become the greatest at what you do.
Okay.
Who's going first?
A ver, Rafita.
Rafa, de allá para acá.
What's a
Ay, Rafa,
how do you
bien
how do
pedo.
you become the greatest?
Those 2 ways,
2 ways.
I guess. And this is just because, pues, muchos saben, o sea, tuve una carrera muy práctica de que síguelo como es. Y de ahí aprendí mucho de que practice doesn't make perfect, but it does create consistency.
Okay, so practice and consistency?
No, it would be consistency.
Okay, so
Because we all have the idea that practice, but that doesn't make perfect. That just makes consistency. And yeah, it can be great, but it can also be boring. So that's why, a lot of, cooks, chefs, and dishwashers, they create these wonderful things from being...
that's an art too,
Sí. And I guess the second thing is productivity. Never stop producing things. Like, just be creative, be, I don't know, anxious, be anything you want to be, but make sure you're being productive with it.
So have that hunger for more productivity.
Essentially, just
Don't be complacent.
sí. No, sí, ándale.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I think those two things, it's productivity and consistency. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
So
For
got
me,
that.
o sea, a ver,
So
quiero
the
escuchar
question
ustedes.
again. How do you become the greatest at what you do?
¿Yo? Yo creo que ponerle corazón a las cosas. Bueno, yo soy muy así. Yo no soy de palabras rebuscadas como
Como
Rafa,
otros.
consistency, no sé qué. No. O sea, yo creo que es ponerle corazón a las cosas e importancia. Porque si te importa, lo haces bien hasta que quede. Creo yo.
Okay.
Así le hago.
Okay.
Si limpio mi casa, la limpio con amor y que me importe porque quiero que quede bien. Es un ejemplo.
Okay.
No limpio mi casa. No la limpio como seguido,
O sea, si limpiara mi casa, lo hiciera con
No,
amor.
sí la limpio.
Yeah.
Okay, so cosas con amor,
Ujú.
con importancia.
Sí, que te importa.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, that's very, very, very yin yang. You know?
Sí,
Yeah.
ajá.
It's very yin yang, and all it takes is two people to know that side, those sides of you. You know, because yeah, he might not know it, but he's actually also doing things with love as well. You know, but he he doesn't.
But he defines it differently.
Yes.
Because
yes.
he what I get, it's like you're more of like, oh, I love this, and I'm gonna do it with like all my heart. You're like, no, this is discipline.
Yeah.
And this has to be like,
Stoic.
yeah.
Stoic. Yeah.
So how do you feel, Justin?
I feel both. I feel both of them. This is what I do. You know, I think you have to find a nice balance in what you do.
And to become the greatest at what you do.
Yeah, you have to have like, I'm not like an old-fashioned kind of guy. I try not to be, just because my parents are a little bit old-fashioned. You know, just marry each other and live happily. You know, which is awesome. You know, but I did find a lot of that masculine energy and feminine energy. You know, and I'm entitled to it just because they've lasted for years together. You know, so for me it is very much a mix. You have to have the right mix for you to lead your life where you want to go. You know, and I think it's important to have those two energies, you know, even though they might be more, you know, like I said, I don't want to be all traditional or whatever, but I feel like those energies combined, that's it. You're good. Go ahead, you know?
Yeah. So you're saying, for me to become the greatest, it's because it's what I wanted and what you felt
Yeah.
was in you.
Yeah.
And that's, you became the greatest at what
Exactly.
you do.
Like you gotta be on that goal already, like in your mind, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I say about like not saying something sometimes, you know? You have to envision it yourself already that you're there, you know?
Yeah.
And then guess what? A few months later, you're there, you know? And it's like maybe you're not like in the exact accurate spot where you thought you would be,
Yeah.
but you're somewhere very close to it. It doesn't matter, bro. You know, you just keep going. Pero esas dos energías son bien importantes para mí. You know, la energía masculina y la femenina. Yeah.
Okay. So sharing, you doing everything with like your genuine energy.
Yes, like don't be afraid
That's- is
of
you-
calling out the other one, you know, just
Okay.
because it's like it's seen like this or seen like that, you know.
Okay.
Like that's just people telling you, people molding you, you know.
Yeah. Your culture.
And the culture, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a very very muddy, you know.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, I like and thank you for sharing. So you know,
Thank you for
¿Y
asking.
tú?
Yeah. What about you?
so I answered it kind of the same kind of in the lines that because I think of things when I'm asked like how do you become the greatest is more of like what my calling is to do in life, which is business, and that's what I love. And my whole thing was being consistent, being, you know, blah, 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 like, you know, showing up. And it's like,
Yeah.
dude, well, how do you become the greatest at what you do? Like the greatest at what you're called to do. And, you know, and then, you know, I asked like, what's the answer? Or like, what is it like kind of leading to?
Yeah.
And they said, look, to be the greatest at what you do is by making others better than you. Getting others to become better than you at what you're doing. And it's like, dude, like it hit me for a little bit. I'm like, I don't get it. But then it like, dude, it kind of triggered, like it clicked. Because it's like, dude, okay, we all know if we want to become or get to greater places or make a change in the world, you can't do it by yourself. I mean,
Definitely.
you need a whole team around you, and you're just one person, right?
Yeah.
But so a lot of people, I'm like, dude, that's like, it makes so much sense. If I make somebody better than I am at what I'm good at doing, I just created somebody that's gonna, you know, help me be. You just had somebody. You just kind of like duplicated yourself, or
Yeah.
like you said, like I love music and I want to share this talent, and you shared, you know, I share these ideas and make more music, but you taught somebody how to be better at it than you are.
Yeah.
Okay, now you guys can like, you know, you work on
Collaborate.
collaborate. And but I told him like it's hard for somebody to become the greatest, and I realized why a lot of us are stuck at where we're at sometimes, and we feel stuck because we don't feel like we're getting to be the greatest at what we do, because we fall into the temptation of not wanting to make others better than you.
Yeah.
Because we're always, and it's in our culture too, where we start seeing people,
Competition.
we start seeing as competition, and it's like everybody, like your family, and that's the worst part sometimes, but you know, your friends or people around you, we feel like in our culture we're called, when I've said it before, it's like people want to see you do good but not better than them.
Yeah.
And when the moment when you start seeing people doing better than you, it's like tough, because it's like, okay, and then I realized, why is it so tough? Because people forget to be, que a la gente se le olvida ser agradecidos.
Yeah.
So then you're like, dude, I taught you how to be like how to you know, play that guitar better than I do, or sing these notes, or be as creative as I am.
Yeah.
But then you start realizing that those people start saying like, I got here alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when it kind of like turns you off, like saying, well, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm the one that like taught you how to get here, but I deserve some credit. But then that just puts you back, because you're not gonna do it because of that. So I think what makes a good leader is not being afraid to make others better than you at what you're doing, and not being afraid to have them be ungrateful and not expect anything out of it.
Of course.
So, but I think when you start doing that, you kind of reach another level
Sí.
to become the greatest. So I think
Yeah.
it's like a back and forth thing that like you kind of, and I use the analogy, and I've thought of the analogy before of a candle.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but let's say we're all holding a candle here together, and I'm just like, I'm the only one with my fire lit,
Yeah.
right, on my candle, and I'm just like, no, I want my light to shine. Pero ¿qué me cuesta a mí pasársela a Sophie? Y que Sophie se las pase a ustedes. Y yo todavía tengo mi lucecita. So, a lot of us forget that, like, no te va a quitar nada. In fact, if mine blows out, I can go back to Sophie or to any of you that have yours lit up.
Yeah.
So you just create this huge change, and I think that's what, clicked in this that thing. It's like, how do you become the greatest? It's like you gotta make others around you better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is insane. That is very interesting. I've never heard that one before. And yeah, it is true. I think you can get someone in a higher place than you, and you can be like, it's really, yeah, it does get hard. We're human. We have all these emotions of jealousy and hatred and
Envy and all that.
Yeah, man, all this stuff that we already know, man. Like, imagine waking up one day and like saying like, why do I feel this way? Let's change it, and that's when you see someone doing better than you, you support them. That's it. Like,
and it slows it. I guess you train yourself to be that better person.
Yeah,
you gotta like change the way you were brought up sometimes, or people around you, the way they kind of molded you, like you say.
Yeah.
And become that person where, dude, no, I have to feel good about them and not be afraid for them to fuck me over later. Kind of like, because it happens.
Yeah,
like,
it does happen. Yeah.
I've been through it where you're like, dude, I'm going to make this guy and I'm going to teach him and I'm going to, give him all the tools that he needs to become this, better than me.
Yeah.
And it's say, okay, yeah, that's all you're doing all day. I expect you to be better than me.
Yeah.
But once they get there, they're like, okay, I'm better than this guy. Como dicen, el alumno superó al maestro y ahora se creen que los pueden todas.
Yeah.
Y en vez de, hey, enfócate tú en otra cosa y yo te ayudo acá. I'll hold this pillar down while you go get the other ones up.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, well, no, you know what? I'm taking my pillar that you helped me put up somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you're going to go start from scratch somewhere else. And it's like, well, shit, I got to go build up another pillar, and then it's a never-ending story. So you never create that big change.
Yeah.
I know it's crazy to think, but I think only people that are crazy enough to think or say that, they want to change the world will do it. So, I mean, I think when you say, like, you want to create a change, and it might be through music, it might be through, cooking, it might be through, sharing your experiences with thrifting, whatever it may be.
I don't know if I say I want to create a change, but it's, yeah, I don't know if, like, I don't think I want to create, like, it's not like one of my main goals to be like an activist or anything or an elitist about it, but yeah, I think personal change is what really mirrors the outside world, like, come on, bro, you just be nice to a person and like that's it. Like, that's the like you said with the lights, with the candles, it's like a chain reaction, and like, but yeah, I don't want to like publicly be like, oh yeah, I'm an activist and I command change, but because someone it's not someone else, but something else is doing it for us, we just gotta walk along with it. That's it,
But I think once you choose to like make a change within yourself,
yes,
it's like you automatically change people around you.
Yeah.
So like, you just being here and sharing your ideas and being okay with coming to our podcast and supporting it,
of course,
and I think that itself, and being genuine and just sharing your thoughts, I think that makes a big difference.
Of course.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of wrap it up and share that little thought, because I'm like, dude, that's a good way to become the greatest that we could do, is like, create that team around you. And
so the support, bro, the
yeah.
emotional, physical, mental support of like everything that you do is really important. It's like your health bars in video games. Tienes aquí power, energy, stamina. Same thing. There's a reason why they make video games like that.
Sí.
Yeah.
Because it starts with us. Is what we hold. But yeah, it's really important, the support system and having friends to help you out. And like this little community we have here, this is called a community already.
Yeah.
And we're part of it. And we're alive, and we should be glad we're alive.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's crazy. Again, like, thank you guys for having me here. I really
No,
appreciate
Justin,
it.
I want to
Muchas
thank
gracias.
you for coming on and sharing some thoughts here with the Peg. I know you have some new things coming out.
Yeah,
we're
today
gonna-
actually. Came out
today?
today. Oh, sí, hoy.
What was it? ¿Cómo se llama lo que?
A new EP
What's-
came out today. It's called
What's EP? Sorry.
so EP is extended play.
Okay.
That is the natural meaning of it, but it just means instead of one song you can put 2 or 3 or 4
Okay, okay,
or
okay.
5, but it won't be like a full length album, you know,
Oh,
like
got it.
10 de o de 12, 14, lo que sea. But yeah, it just came out today. It's called The Things We Have Yet to Feel. And yeah, hope you like it. And I hope you guys like listen to it whenever you guys have time, you know.
Yeah. No. Thank you for sharing. Where can we find it, or how can I listen to it?
Yes, you can find it. You can find me on Instagram as justifuck, justy.fuk. I don't know if you guys know Metallica. I love Metallica. I wear Metallica shirt.
Okay.
But the FUK is the Metallica, o sea. I love Metallica. Anyway, so yeah, you can find that on my bio, or you can find it like on Spotify. Just search up Justin Lorencez, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, todo lo que Pandora, whatever you would listen to, you know, go ahead. It's yours.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your music,
Gracias.
and I look forward to listening to it. Anything else, guys?
No.
Sophie, gracias por
Gracias.
acompañarnos
Gracias,
esta
Sophie.
noche. Y Rafita, gracias.
Thank you, Rafita.
Justin, again, can't
Gracias.
thank you enough for coming by. And
Thank you, man.
We look forward to sharing more thoughts throughout the years, and
So
we
down.
wish you nothing but the best for 2023 and the years to come.
Igualmente.
Everybody at home, gracias por acompañarnos
Thank
y
you, guys.
escucharnos nuestra plática. Espero que hayan sacado algo bonito aquí de What the Peg. Y pues nos vemos pronto. Salud. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Bye.